if I told you I can put $100 back in your pocket today, wouldn't you want to know how? I'm going to tell you today how to save $100. At least, not just today, but every single month. Me and my husband actually, we're going through our budget a while back, and we're trying to find ways that we could save some extra money, because there's a lot of things that we wanted to do, but I couldn't, because we couldn't afford it. The budget wouldn't allow. So we kept going through everything. What can we get rid of? What can we stop? And it was like, no, we can't do this. We can't do that. And then we spoke to my in-laws who were on a fixed income, and they told us what they were doing. And I thought, oh my goodness, if they can do this, we can do this too. So I did a lot of research to find out the best way to save this extra money each month with this thing that they're doing, and that we started doing about 3 years ago. So I want to talk about 4 main points today. I'm going to talk about what the problem is. All right, this is what we need. This is the needs section of my presentation. Then I'm going to talk about what the solution is, where we're going to get that satisfaction. Then I want to talk about the visualization and how great the solution is. We're going to talk about how great this saving money is going to be. And then we're going to talk about how we take this visualization and turn it into reality by giving you the actions that you need to take in order to save that extra money. So what is it? What is it that is our need? What is the problem? Well, the problem is 43% of Americans are still paying for cable services. We're throwing money down the drain. According to an article on digitalintheround.com, their article 16 Remarkable Cord-Cutting Statistics, which was written in September of this year by their admin department, they said that 43% of Americans were still paying. And on average, those 43% of America was paying on average $217 a month on cable services. $217. And the thing about cable services is, from my own personal experience, they're not only the expensive, but they're also, long-term contracts. They're not flexible, and I can't take it with me. I'm stuck sitting in front of the TV if I want to watch my news in the morning. So now we know what the problem is. What's the solution? What are we going to do to solve this problem of paying too much just to watch TV? We're going to cut the cable. We're going to cut that cord to that cable provider, and we're going to start streaming. All right. According to techjury.com, they have an article that's called the 27 of the most incredible cable TV subscriber statistics for 2021. This article was written in November 1st of this year by Bobby Chernev. And he states that on average, Americans are only paying about $47 a month on streaming services. So right there, $170 I just saved you on average, right? And the great thing about streaming services, there's a huge variety of options. According to Fortune.com, their article, Cutting Cord is Breaking Records During the Pandemic. This article was written September of this year by Aaron Pressman. They state that they expect 6.6 million Americans to cut the cord in the next year. And they state that the main reason why they cut it is because of the advertisements and commercials. I think we can all relate to that. Too many commercials, right? But the great thing about streaming services is there's also a lot of original content that you're not going to get with your basic cable TV. And according to Nielsen's rating, their website, Nielsen.com, their top 10 list says that Netflix is the #1 for almost all original content. They pretty much hold almost every spot in the top 10 for their original content. So I'm sure you've probably heard a lot of their shows over the years, different things that kind of get spread around, everybody hears about them. Stranger Things, Squid Games. So that's the original content. So what's great about that is, again, the flexibility and the variety. So now that we know what our solution is, cutting the cable, let's see how that's going to fit, how that's going to work, how that's going to make us feel. Well, first of all, we're going to save money. Right off the bat, I told you $170 just by cutting the cable and going to a streaming service. No commercials. How nice is that? And you can take it with you. I have all of my apps on my Amazon Fire Stick, which I can take that and plug it into any TV, and I get all my local channels because of my streaming provider. It's great. So I can watch my morning news and have my coffee too. And my husband can watch his sports shows, and my son can watch his cartoons. And it put that extra money back in my pocket. So now that we know what it is and what it's going to be like, how great it's going to be, visualizing ourselves, no commercials, how do we take that and how do we take it and make it a reality? What are the action steps to save that $100 or more? You're going to call your cable company and you're going to cancel your service. It's that simple. Just call them and say, I don't want anymore, cancel. And they're going to cancel your service. Then while you're still on the phone, on your cell phone, you're going to go and search Hulu, YouTube, Fubo, Sling TV, or any one of the other numerous streaming services that are out there. All right, now I go with these because these are the most popular by far as live streaming goes as well. And like I said, I need my news channel, I need my local channels, I need my live TV. But if you don't want live TV, again, there's a plethora of options out there. You've got your Disney Plus, you've got your Amazon Prime. So the list goes on and on. So and most of these also offer a free trial time on it. So like either you get a week free or you can get the whole first month at a discounted rate, which is great. But the options are there to really customize it to what's benefiting you, what you want, and switch it. Because there's no long-term contract. It is just month to month, which is fabulous. So in a nutshell, to kind of recap, streaming is really the wave of the future, and that's where everyone's headed nowadays. It's definitely gaining a lot of speed, and it's very popular, and because of the flexibility. So I told you at the beginning that $100, I'm putting it back in your pocket, and I'm going to tell you all the things you can do with that $100. You can save up in a year's time and buy a big screen TV to watch all your streaming services on. You can buy that new iPhone. You can take that money each month and go to a concert. You can take your friends kayaking, deep sea fishing. I personally took all the money and set it off to the side and checked off on my bucket list items. And I took my family on a train ride to the Grand Canyon. We had the best time of our lives. I'll never forget it. The whole time, I was able to take my streaming service with me. And anytime I went on a road trip anywhere in the middle of nowhere, my son still got his cartoons. My husband still got his sports, and I still got my morning news. Even when we were out in the middle of the woods for buying with some friends. So there's a lot you can do with that extra money. It just takes a little imagination to think about what you want to do with it. Because now that money is in your pockets. Thank you.